What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, guys, I got some breaking news for you. But, guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, guys, getting right into it. Jake Paul signs a multi-fight deal to join the Professional Fighters League in the PFL. I didn't really expect this. I heard some rumors in the past that he was talking with the PFL. He was in talks with the PFL. I really didn't think he was going to do it. And with him doing this, I have to give him all the respect in the world. I'm sure they're going to give him some favorable matchups to start. Maybe they'll go right into it with the Nate Diaz fight. I know that he called out Nate Diaz and said that he offered him a 2-fight deal to come over to the PFL and challenge him. He could fight against guys like Shane Burgos. But Shane is he's lightweight. I don't know, it actually intrigues me. I had a lot of criticism for Jake when he first started this whole boxing thing, when he fought Nate Robinson first, and he fought Ben Askren. It almost seemed like he was putting on an act, but as time has moved forward, he's definitely not putting on an act, and he's definitely going out there, putting out the work to be the best boxer that he can be, put on the biggest fights that he can, the most entertaining matchups that he can, and he's done it. He had the 2 fights with Tyron Woodley, had the fight with Anderson Silva, and I even scored it for him, going into that last round, I think I had it tied up, and he scored that knockdown that solidified him a very legitimate boxing victory against a legend like Anderson Silva. Now, yes, granted, he's fighting a lot of guys who are smaller, older, not boxers. But Anderson, he went out there and he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? He went out there, beat him, and it was pretty impressive. So to see him go out there and beat these legends, he's really putting himself out there. He's only 6-0 as a boxer, so for him to come over to the PFL, very interesting. The thing that really stuck out to me, though, because he's going to be a part of the pay-per-view bracket, the super fight bracket that the PFL is now going to be introducing here in this 2023 season, that all the fighters who are going to be involved in this pay-per-view bracket, they're going to be getting a 50% revenue share, half revenue share. And if I'm not mistaken, the UFC had, it was 20%, I think even less than that, maybe 14%, maybe even less than that. I don't even remember. So that is something that I find very commendable in Jake Paul. The fact that he's been such an activist in trying to get equal fighter pay, to let these guys get their voices heard, get their sponsorships. He even said for the new PFL that they're going to be offering their own sponsorships, that they can monetize their own deals, and that I can definitely get behind. I had a lot of criticism for Jake early on. I thought he was just being a little fucker. But, yeah, he is being a little fucker, but he's really going out there, putting in the work, putting his shit on the line, stepping into the cage, stepping in now into the octagon in the PFL Smart Cage. I'm excited to see what he can do moving forward. I'm curious what type of matchups they're going to do. I don't think that Nate is going to go over there. Maybe he does. That would be super interesting if Nate joins the PFL to fight Jake Paul. I would pay for that. In MMA, I'd definitely pay for that. But Jake can go out there and fight guys that they have over there who are already competing. They already did that with Kayla Harrison, and you can see the success that they've had with Kayla Harrison over the last 3 years with her starting her MMA career over there. So, I think if they develop Jake in the right way, I think he already said he's going to be training with Javier Mendez and Khabib. I'm not going to call bullshit on this. I'm behind Jake on this. I think it's a good way, win or lose. I think for him to go out there and put it all on the line like Clarissa Shields did. She didn't come out on top on all her victory on all her MMA matchups with the PFL. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen moving forward with this. I'm curious to see who his first opponent's going to be. It says a lot for Jake Paul and a guy like Dylan Dennis who's pulling out against a YouTuber like KSI. The guy's a fucking joke. The guy went from being Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach, top of the world, had a couple nice fights over at Bellator to start his career, and then just completely disappeared. He had those knee injuries, and he's just gone into obscurity, probably drinking all the fucking time, not training, being a fuckhead. And, we finally saw the end of Dylan Dennis. I don't think anybody ever really cares to ever see him again. So to see Jake Paul going out there and putting it all on the line, putting his money where his mouth is, his fist where his mouth is. It's interesting to see. I'd also like to see maybe him and Tyron Woodley go at it over in MMA. You know, he had the 2 wins over Tyron. He had the decision victory, which I personally had for Tyron, the first fight. And then the second fight, I mean, when it happened, I was like, oh my God, it's fake, it's rigged. And I was such an asshole. I was so bitter. I was so salty about it. But no, I mean, Jake Paul knocked Tyron Woodley the fuck out. And that'll be interesting to see a third fight over in MMA. And, you know, I mean, Tyron Woodley, he's 40-41 now. And he's got the wrestling ability to be able to dominate Jake Paul in that regard. So that would make things very interesting. I'd like to see what they can do with him moving forward. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think is up next for Jake Paul. Who's up next for Jake Paul? If you guys like the signing, if you guys don't like the signing, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and comments. So let me know in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.